Ahoy, everybody! You can call me Captain, and I welcome you on board of IP Hobby Studio, the vessel for your hobby journey. Creating a simple base is very easy, but making an interesting one is a bit more challenging. First, you need to choose the right colors and select the main focal point. Everything else should be built around it. Ideally, there should be only one point of interest to avoid overloading the base and distracting from the miniature. As for colors, I like to paint the base in complementary shades to the main colors of the figure. This way the miniature itself stands out more vibrantly. In my case, the cloak, heraldry and shield are green, which makes an autumn-themed base a perfect choice. The red, orange and yellow tones complement it beautifully. So first, we need to decide on the foundation of our base. Some kind of texture paste, small rocks or anything else that we'll later use to add grass, flowers and tufts. You can use almost anything for this. You can find some small stones outside or use coarse sand. For example, I have these pieces left over. They are made of clay. I rolled them out using a rolling pin from Grimstuff World with a cobblestone pattern. I am making smaller pieces since there will be texture paste between them to create some variation. Here are the pieces I've selected. Everything you see here can be used as texture paste. For example, these citadel pots, all of them are essentially the same, differing only in the amount and size of solid particles inside. You can even make your own by simply mixing sand with PVA glue. I'll be using a ready-made texture paste, Earth Texture from Vallejo. We completely cover the base except for the feet, so that we can later place our stones directly into the paste. Place the stones however you like. I try to distribute them somewhat evenly, leaving space between them for the texture paste. I think this makes the base more interesting. You need to smooth out the seams between the stones and the texture paste to eliminate any gaps. This helps create the impression that the stones and the base are a single, cohesive surface. Now take any fine sand or, like in my case, small stones from Army Paint or Battlefield Ground and simply sprinkle them into the base. They will stick to the still wet texture paste, adding even more variation to it. I press them down slightly to ensure they adhere properly. Then just shake off the excess. Now we need to prime the base. For this I use Red Bone from Citadel and a large synthetic brush to cover 100% of the surface. Then I apply a light tone wash from Army Painter, but any other wash will work too. Serapeum Sepia or even Agrax Earth Shade are great options. To make the details stand out, we will use dry brushing, working from dark to light across the entire base, or in other words, over everything we've created. For this, I use leather brown and skeleton bone from Army Painter. I wipe off almost all the paint onto a paper towel, then apply it with side-to-side motions, so only the raised areas catch the lighter color. Next, I mix a bit of skeleton bone to lighten the brown and repeat the process. I gradually add more and more light tones to the mix until I'm using pure skeleton bone for the final highlights. To enhance the contrast even further, I apply a final wash of Agrax Earthshade over everything. At this point, we could leave it as it is. It's already much more interesting than just texture paste, and it's not difficult at all. But let's continue adding some greenery. There are so many products available now, and I've selected a few to create an autumn base. Basically, we need dark greens, dark browns, grays, and of course red, orange and yellow tones. I also add a couple of puddles using this product from AK Interactive. Any resin will work. You can paint it if you want, but honestly at this scale it's not really noticeable. Using a brush, I spread it evenly and lightly smooth it out. For the areas where I want to scatter leaves, I apply white PVA glue. I mix orange and brown leaves for variety. As I mentioned earlier, there should be one focal point on the base to avoid overcrowding and distracting from the main miniature. In this case, it's these bright autumn flowers. Since it often rains in autumn, I add another puddle and toss some leaves into the water. A few more tufts are added randomly in different spots using various types. Finally, I add these bright autumn leaves, which bring even more variety and make the base brighter and more colorful. I glue them on with superglue. And then I paint the bottom of the base black to finish it off. And this is the final result. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like or comment. It really helps with the channel's growth. A new video is coming soon, which means another journey awaits you aboard IP Hobby Studio, the vessel for your hobby journey. Best wishes to you all, bye for now, and see you soon.